Hi, everyone. Make sure we're in the right place. I've been on a couple of things today, and I noticed that Facebook was extremely slow. So we are going to wait a minute and give everyone an opportunity to find us, and then we will get started. I have a beautiful suite of products to show you tonight. And a super fun fold card. So we'll do that here in just a second. And one that is a great way to be able to utilize your DSP. And you can actually make 3 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. So this is going to be fun. I don't know about you, but I haven't yet heard the Louder Than Life, but I'm sure that that's just in a matter of minutes. That's going to get really loud. Bourbon and Beyond, not too bad. Didn't really hear it, but I'm sure that's going to change here with Louder Than Life. All right, so we'll wait just another minute or two. Make sure you let me know you're here. Say hello. Give me a thumbs up that you can hear me okay. I thought we were supposed to be getting fall weather, and feels more like winter, or excuse me, summer weather to me. All right, it says I'm live. So hopefully we are. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today is Thursday, September the 18th, 2025, and this is our weekly Facebook Live here on Donna Stamps. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Donna Schneidmiller. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Louisville, Kentucky, and soon we'll be celebrating my 22nd year come January. It's flying by. Very excited. A lot has changed over the years. A lot of things have gotten bigger and better, and it's fun to do something that you love. Okay, so quite a few things. If you have not heard, today and today only, so until 2 a.m. Louisville time, you can purchase stamps and or stamp tools at a 15% discount. So that's all stamp sets. Now, bundles are excluded, but any stamp set out of the online exclusives or the mini and or the annual catalog, all are 15% off. In addition to that, any tools. So your grid paper, your chamois, your Stampin' Scrub, blocks, anything like that is also included in that. And there's a link here that'll take you directly to the stamp section. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, once you've looked through all the stamp sets, you will see those extra tools that are included. Now, like I said, bundles do not participate, but the actual stamp set in the bundle does. Okay, and that's, again, good only today. And thank you to everyone who has already placed an order. Like me, you all love a sale, so it's great to see you taking advantage. Of course, right now we have our mini catalog from our September to December. If you're not working with a demonstrator and you haven't already gotten a copy from me and you would like one, please let me know and I'll be happy to get one to you. I do not charge for my catalogs, and I'm happy to get one out. You're welcome to pick it up. And if I ship it to you, it's just a little bit of a shipping charge. Okay, we have, of course, the September online exclusives, and in fact, the suite that we're going to use tonight is part of those online exclusive offerings. We have 2 brand new kits, one which is, oh, what did I do with it? Hold, please. Hold. Up is doing a thing for World Card Making Day. Hi, Tracy. And you actually can purchase this kit now. It has this gorgeous box, and it makes 10 cards, 2 each of 5 designs. You can purchase the kit and not do the class, but it's a free virtual class you can register for. And once you register, you will receive a link specific to a Facebook group that this is going to be shared in, and you'll be able to watch the video, etc., and participate. And then if you can't watch it live, you can always go back and again watch the videos to catch up on that. Club Cove for this month is the Charming Days bundle, and you have until Saturday to sign up for that. This is a monthly subscription. However, if you do not want to take the leap and subscribe each month, that's fine. You can do them as you like, and you can just let me know that you're interested in it, and I'll send you a link. It is $30 for pickup, or $38 if you need me to have it shipped to you, and it includes $23 to $25 worth of product, of which you'll make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, with plenty of supplies left. You get a half a pack of designer series paper. You're going to be getting a bolt of ribbon and gems, etc. So, and I cut everything for you except for your designer series paper, and I do all of your embossing unless it is something that is stamped and then die cut out. You will do that yourself, as well as cut your own DSP, but it includes a PDF with all the pictures, so you'll be able to easily follow along and refer back to it later on. As far as upcoming events, the next one on my calendar, if you are coming to Creative Escape on Saturday, I can't wait to see you. The pillow gifts are so cute. I can't wait for you to see them. And so I will see all of you bright and early at 9 o'clock. But if you're not coming to Creative Escape, the next thing is next Wednesday, the 24th, is our next Sips and Cards at Roslyn Hill Winery in J-Town, and it's $30. You make 4 cards, and you also get your choice of a glass of incredible wine or beer that they offer. You do need to sign up by Monday to give me plenty of time to get your kit prepped. But again, you'll find all of those details, as well as the link to register, up on my actual website, as well as here in the group. And again, you have to sign up by Monday. Then we have Christmas card Stamp-A-Stack. This is the second one. We did one in September. Well, we did August, September, October, and November. So we've done August and September. Now we're coming up, of course, now. That's going to be on the 28th at 1 o'clock. And we do 16 cards, 4 each of 4 designs for $25, or free if you place a $40 order. And then I was telling you about World Card Making Day, which is always the first Saturday in November. And Stampin' Up! Is doing that virtual event for anyone who wants to participate, and you should sign up so that you can get your free registration gift, even if you can't watch it live. But Cassie and I are also doing a separate event that day. We're doing our next installment of Stampin' Bunko. And that will be at 1 p.m. on the 4th, and I believe the event for Stampin' Up! Starts at 4. So it's going to be from 1 o'clock. You're going to do $30. We're playing 3 rounds of Bunko, and then for prizes, which will all be gift certificates, you'll have a little pillow gift. You're going to have snacks and things there. So it's a fun day. We had a great time last time, and we are so excited to offer it again. So again, all of this information is up on this page, as well as my website, donnastamps.com, so you can check all of that out. All right, make sure you're saying hello and letting me know you're here. And yes, you can comment after the fact, and just type in the word replay so I know you watched it after the fact. Okay, and your name will go into a drawing for the project that we did on our last live. And I featured yet another suite from the online exclusives. This is called the Scary Sweet Suite. And this was the card that we made. Super cute. And it also used some of the die cuts from this designer series paper, which has a whole sheet of little die cuts that are just super cute, and some little like tags. So this is actually cut out of the designer series paper. Hi, Miss Linda. So make sure you're commenting, and I've got everybody's name in the hat here who commented last time, and let's see who is going to get that. I have one, yeah. And that is going to go to Linda Lighting. So Linda, I have your information. And then of course, if you share my video, your name goes into a separate drawing for a stack of cards from my stash. So type the word shared in all capital letters for me. And yes, again, you can do that with the replay. And then your name will go into this drawing, and let's see who's going to get that. And this is going to go to Linda Alfox. So Miss Linda, I will get those cards ready for you. All right. And then of course, when you place an order in my online store, we no longer have host codes, so you don't have to worry about that because you earn all the the Stampin' Rewards now, which is awesome. I love that you have that extra money banked to spend whenever you want. But you are going to receive as a thank you gift a full pack, I promise, of the muted palette dots. These are so, so pretty, and work with a lot of our different papers. So I will get those out. And of course, as a reminder, I always order all of my freebies at the end of the month and ship them out as soon as they get in. So you can be watching for those. All right, I think that's everything. Let me turn down the camera. So hang tight 1 second. Hi, Bernice. Welcome back from vacation. Hope you had a wonderful time. The pictures look like you had a wonderful time. They were beautiful. Okay, so we are going to be using this gorgeous suite called Gathering Together. This is a new release from the September online exclusives, and I cannot get enough of this bundle. It is so pretty. I love the script fonts. I love how it almost looks like it's textured when you use your stamps, which you'll see here in a second. It has some incredible dies. Look at the size of these leaves. Are they not just simply gorgeous? Now you can cut out one element to do just the outline of a leaf, or you can add this plate inside and run it at the same time, and that will add texture to those leaves. And then of course you have your outline elements that will cut out every one of your stamped images here. So a very, very pretty. I think you could easily use these leaves by themselves. And I didn't realize how big they were, and they are amazing. Just simply amazing. Okay, in addition, there is some, is this considered baker's twine? Linen thread. Okay, it is considered linen thread, which means it's going to be a little bit thicker, much like it, but you have early espresso and old olive. In that, you have an embossing folder, which I absolutely love, called Gathering Leaves. This is one of our bigger ones. And it makes up this little element, if you can see that there, that matches the image that's here in your stamp set. So super, super pretty. And I've got a card here I'll show you in just a second. And then it also has the Cajun Craze and gold dots. And these are beautiful too. I love when we get these glimmer dots, and that's exactly what these are. So they add a very nice sparkle. But What I think is the star of the show is this absolutely gorgeous, oh, and I didn't take it out, Designer Series paper. And I'm going to show it to you. I actually did some swap cards for an event I went to this weekend, and I used this, and I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. But you have Early Espresso, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, you have gold foil, you have basic beige, you have white, and old olive. Just soup. Can you see that shimmer on this paper? I hope the camera brings it out because, no, maybe. Let's see if I bring it up. There we go. You can kind of see the shimmer of these leaves. Just stunning. And each one of the front sides has that foil in it. Oh, there's a repeat. And then you have this beautiful white with the basic beige included. And then a plaid. And then, is this different? Yep. And then you have a basic white background. Again, I love the color combinations. Is that it? Yeah. And then let me show you the back side. So you have some really nice solid images that will coordinate very well. This one kind of looks like birch. There's those coordinating with the embossing folder. Wood grain. Can't get enough of the wood grain. Hey, Terry. Another, I guess you could call that a plaid. This espresso, I don't know if you can see it, but they're like embossed lines, kind of where the foil picked up on this side. It kind of put those images or those lines into the back paper. So it gives it a really nice textured look. And then you've got one more basic beige. So it's just simply gorgeous paper. And this is, I told you I did an event this weekend, last Saturday in Bowling Green with some other demonstrators from the state of Kentucky. And this was my swap card. So you can see just how pretty this stamps, how that paper and the twine all goes together. Just love it. And this embossing folder is amazing. Okay. All right. Thank you, Terry. All right. Now, this is going to be a different type of fun fold than we've done before, but you're going to be able to make 3 cards out of each piece of Designer Series paper. We're only going to make 1. I'm going to show you another one, but you only need 1/3 of the paper. So we're going to start with an unusual card base. This is 6.5 by 5.5, scored at 2 1/4. You need a piece of Early Espresso also that is 3 by 4 1/4. Another piece that is 1 3/4 by 4 1/4. And then a smaller piece that is 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And of course, I'll have all these measurements up on the Creative Cove shortly after. You need a piece of crushed curry. This is 4 by 5 1/4. Another piece that is 2 1/8 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to use some basic beige to coordinate out of the paper. This one is 2 3/8 by 3 3/4. And a smaller piece that's 1 1/2 by 2 1/2. And then you also need a piece of Designer Series paper. This one is 10 1/2 by 4. And you're going to score it at 2 3/4. Wait a minute. 1 5/8, 2 3/4, 5 3/8, and 8. Now this is called a hidden message card, and I learned this from a fellow demonstrator. So what I want to do first, when I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of pieces. But when you see it all together, you're going to love it. I'm going to start by doing some minimal stamping, okay? simply because we don't need a whole lot. Now, I also have a little scrap of crushed curry that I'm going to use as well. So I'm going to start first with my inside. And I'm going to do many thanks in Early Espresso up here at the top. And then while I have my Early Espresso out, I'm going to grab that little tiny piece and I'm going to stamp thankful for you. And I'm just going to stamp that right there. Okay. Then I'm going to use, oh, I forgot something. Nope, I didn't forget. I just using one color at a time. Then I'm going to use some Cajun Craze. And again, I'm pulling these colors strictly from the Designer Series paper. And I'm going to start with this little element here. Looks kind of like some little pods maybe, or buds. And in Cajun Craze, I just want to stamp that right down here in the bottom, just like that. And then on this tinier piece, I have this beautiful leaf. And I'm just going to ink that up. And I'm going to put it right up here. I want to go higher. Just like that, okay? And it is intended to have that different texture and dimension to it. And as it dries, then it kind of softens up. But you know, not all of your leaves that are probably falling in your yard, at least they are in mine, don't always look that one color. They have that definition into them. And you can kind of see it here and tell that it is darker over here than it is here. And that's exactly what we got. Okay. All right. So let's put that over there. Let's grab this. We're going to take that small piece of espresso and we're going to go ahead and layer this on there. Can you see my leaf, Tracy? I have never in all the time that I have gotten my nails done, ever done something like that. I've never had them airbrushed or anything. And the young man that does my nails said he wanted to do something special. So I'm like, oh, well, okay. So that's what he did. Now, I want to grab some scissors. And I want to trim this down just a bit. Need it to be a little more narrow. Yes, better. Okay. So we're going to lay those aside for just a second. Now we're going to start with our base card. And we're going to simply just fold that over and use our bone folder. Okay. And then we'll take our larger piece of our crushed curry, and that's going to go right on the inside, just like that, just like normal, okay? And you'll think that's an odd color for the inside, but you will see how it all comes together here in a second. Okay, so we have that we're going to center, okay? Now, the next thing we want to do is we're going to add that other piece of crushed curry here. Now, normally you would think that we are going to center that so that we have a border all around. Well, we're not going to do that tonight. What we are going to do is we want to take this and we want to push it straight up to where there is no gap, and it almost looks like we have one continuous piece, okay? And you're actually going to do that on 2 different occasions while you're making this card. So everything else will be centered just like normal, but this one and one other we're going to brush all the way up. So no border on the one side, okay? So then it comes out to almost look like you have one continuous piece. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so we've got that, okay? So the next thing we want to do is we're going to take this next piece of Early Espresso, and it's going to go right here in the center of our card. Now, this is going to fold over like this, and what you want to do is kind of shift it slightly so you find your center point, okay, kind of eyeball it, and then you want to shift it just ever so slightly to the right. And you'll see why here in just a second. Okay, so that's going to go again. Find my center, shift to the right ever so slightly. Make sure I'm straight. Okay, and put that down. Now, I told you that we were going to, that is crooked. Let's try that again. That is way crooked. All right. That's better. Okay. So now what you want to do is, I told you that you were going to repeat that process. Now you've got this one, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to butt it all the way up to the edge so it looks like it's one continuous layer in the middle of your card, okay? And I find, for me, it's easier to turn it and hold it this way. Excuse my head if it's in the camera. And that way, I can kind of hold it a little better. So now it looks like this is one continuous page, and it looks like this is one continuous piece, right? Okay. So now we're going to lay that aside, and we're going to bring in our designer series paper. Now what you want to do is you want to find the piece that the section, when you score this also, this is very important. You have two sides to your paper. You need to decide what you want to see the most of. You're going to see both patterns, but which do you want to see the most? And in my case, I wanted, this whole piece, okay? So I score on the side that I want to see the most of, okay? Now, like I told you, this is called a hidden message card. So what I'm going to do first is, working from my right, I'm going to fold that piece up, okay, so that it folds right in on itself, okay? I'm going to open it back up, and I'm going to also fold this one over, line everything up, make sure it works, okay, and it's nice and flush, so that you end up with a nice crisp edge here, okay? This one, you're going to fold in toward itself and burnish. And this one, you're going to fold back, okay? So let's do that again. So find the smallest sections to your left. So you've got these two over here, okay? Go to the far right, fold that one up, burnish, open it, fold it again and burnish, okay? And then this end, go to the second, fold it in and burnish, and then this one you fold back, okay? So it's going to make your element this way, okay? Now, at the same time, we're going to adhere this to our card base, and the way we're going to do that is we are going to count from the left, 1, 2, 3, 4 different sections, okay? And there's a total of 5. So the fourth section, you want to flip over, and you're going to add your adhesive. And this is the one that we're going to adhere to the middle of our card, okay? Now this can be a tad bit tricky, and you want to make sure that the bulk of your folds is to the left, and this one is up, Okay, now I'm going to do it the exact same way. Like I said, I do better positioning when I look from the top, and I want to have a smaller border on the right, the top and the bottom than I do on the left. Okay, simply because of the way this comes together. Okay, so this is now going to be where your message is going to go. Okay, so we're going to take this piece that we stamped, and we are going to add it on top of that the panel that we just stuck down. Okay? Like that. And that's going to hide our message. Okay? Then we're going to go ahead and close. And we're going to close this down as well, because what's going to happen, did I do that right? Let me think. One moment. That one's down, this one's up. Yeah, that's right. So what I want to do is I want to fold this one flush. Okay, so here we go again. So we've got this whole pattern. We're going to fold that panel down like that. And we're going to adhere it like this. Okay, so you can see what I was talking about, how, and I did that kind of on purpose, is that you want to kind of shift it just a tad so that your pattern lines up. Now, it's going to be fine to utilize this way, or you could shift it over a little bit. I'm going to leave mine because of what I'm going to do here in just a second. But what we want to make sure is that when we adhere this panel, we only adhere the very edges so that it doesn't seal our card all the way shut. So you got to be careful with that. So I'm just going to put 2 swipes and fold this down, and I end up with this element. So it comes in with a fold, and then you've got your message, okay? Just like that. Now, I'm going to take my little piece that I have here, and this one I'm going to center as well. And again, I want to make sure that I don't seal my card shut, okay? So I only want to put adhesive on the side that is to my left of that score line, okay? Right, like that. So I like to pick them up, flip them over, kind of look. You can't probably see that score line. Get it where I want it in the center. It's right there. So I am going to add adhesive here and here. Get some of there. Come on. Don't be difficult. There we go. All right. So we want to make sure that, and you could put this on dimensionals if you want. I'm not going to. Okay, so that's down. So now that will open just like that. Okay, you want it, like I said, there's no adhesive there. So I know my card is not going to seal shut. All right, so now I'm going to take that little sentiment that I have. I'm going to grab, maybe, there we go. I'm going to grab that early espresso. I'm just going to put a little swoop of adhesive. And we'll do about this much. And I just want to kind of do some loops. So I'm just going to loop it. You could loop it with your fingers first and then put it down. It's totally up to you. I just want to add just some texture here. So I'm just going to kind of go, whoops, I didn't push down hard enough. Just like that. And we'll add some this way. And then we'll add one this way. That way it will all stick right down into, yeah, let me do it a different way. It doesn't want to cooperate, so we'll do it this way. Okay, that works a little better. All right, now, get my little bucket out here. This is all my bones that I keep, and I have tons of them. And I'm gonna just cut some off. I keep them here in my little container. That way I'm more apt to use them than to get fresh ones. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the dimensional. Hi, Kim. I am excited that you're excited. It's gonna be a fun day for sure. Okay, so we're gonna put that up on dimensionals. I'm gonna kind of separate that a little bit. All right, then I'm gonna grab these gems, which are the Cajun Craze, and I want the tiny ones. And I'm just gonna put 2 up here. Whoops, it didn't wanna come with me. Just like that. And then maybe we will add, nope, let's put him down here. Yeah, there we go. All right. And then here is your card. So it opens, and then here's your hidden message. So fun. And it will stand up, which makes it even more fun, okay? So if they want to admire it, they can, okay? And if you wanted to add, you know, another piece or leaves or decorate it however you want, you absolutely can. But I love that it's called a hidden message. I'm going to burnish that just a little bit better. There we go. All right, so that's one. And then if you have not seen the black and white paper in the online exclusives, here's another one that I did. This one uses the You Are Remarkable stamp set. And in each case here, you can kind of see that there is that wider gap on this side. If that drives you nuts, when you go to place this image, your actual piece in, just shift your cardstock to where you don't have as full a border on this side. Your border will be wider on your right, and that will then in turn allow this piece to come down a little bit further. You can do it either way, okay? But that's how you can manipulate that, is just to bring that score line closer to that far left edge, and then it'll give you the space that you need to come over. So 2 different looks, but still a super fun card. And I just love how it looks like you have solid layers behind your images. All right, so those are your cards for tonight. I hope you like that and you will try it. I'll have all the measurements up on the Creative Cove shortly after this video. And then, of course, this will be uploaded to YouTube as well. And you can go watch all of the labs that we've done since November over on my YouTube channel. So everyone have a great rest of your week. I look forward to seeing all of you that are coming to Creative Escape on Saturday. And make sure that you sign up for the winery next Wednesday if you haven't already. We're going to be doing some fall cards that are super, super cute. So thanks for being here tonight. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you all soon. And don't forget about the stamp sale until 2 a.m. Louisville time. Talk to you later, everyone. Bye-bye.